You are looking at the two award winners for what we call the Versatile Riflescope category. This is our award winner. This is Sig Sauer's Sierra 6 BDX, and this is Bushnell's Banner 2. A little bit about the Versatile Riflescope category. We have the precision riflescopes. Those are purpose-built target scopes for long-distance steel ringing. Then we have these, which we call the Versatile Riflescopes, which really are well-rounded, useful for almost anything, whether it's hunting or target shooting, plinking, rimfire matches, whatever you want. The idea for a versatile riflescope is one that can do a little bit of everything pretty well. This is the Editor's Choice Award winner for the Versatile Riflescope category this year. This is Sig Sauer's Sierra 6 BDX. It's in a 3:18 by 44 configuration. It's not the first time you've seen this in our test. In 2018, the year this was introduced, the first generation of this actually won both awards, both Editor's Choice as well as Great Buy. For the same reasons that this did, it is a marvelously versatile scope, largely for what you don't see, what's inside it. It's actually tethered via Bluetooth to a laser rangefinder or a mobile app. So what that allows you to do is configure your specific load and your specific distance to this riflescope to give you a specific holdover spot that's then illuminated in the reticle. I know that's a lot to talk about, so we'll kind of break it down. But what this does is it's an electro-optic riflescope. It has what SIG calls a digital reticle, which means it's in the second focal plane, but it acts like a first focal plane reticle. A second focal plane reticle stays the same size regardless of the magnification. So in order to use the holdover references, they usually have to be on the very highest magnification. SIG has solved that by having their reticle actually act like a first focal plane reticle that changes with the magnification. Because of the electro-optics that's tied to the laser rangefinder, that then allows you to use the holdover references regardless of magnification. That's a pretty big deal. You don't have to have this on the highest magnification to use all of the references within this. Because there is so much sophisticated electronics going on with this, some detractors have said, well, what if your batteries die? SIG has solved that. All of the operational features work regardless of whether you have power or not. So you can still dial to a solution, you can still use your holdover references, but when you have battery power to the scope, to the laser rangefinder, and to your phone, and all three are working in concert, it's remarkable what you can do. Because of the electronic brains of this and the ability to fine-tune every specific load and caliber to this scope, that means you can switch it from platform to platform, caliber to caliber, and still have your holdover that's specific to that platform. Again, it really adds to the versatility of this scope. So what's different about this generation of the SIG? A couple of things. One, the app has the ability to add windage holds. So if you add them to your app, they flow into the scope. It'll give you the specific wind hold for a certain value of wind and direction. Adding to its versatility, you can put it on a 22, almost any center fire. You could put it on a muzzleloader, and again, that crossbow configuration gives it even more versatility. All for a little more than $1,000. This is going to retail for about $1,100, and real world street price, you'll probably find it for even under $1,000. So it's a pretty good value, but again, the versatility of this SIG is off the charts. This is the Great Buy Award winner in this year's Versatile Riflescope category. This is the Banner 2 from Bushnell. I may be more excited about this riflescope than any other in this year's test. Here's why. It's the very definition of versatility. You can put it on any rifle, shotgun, AR in your collection, muzzleloader, crossbow. It's going to give you great service. It's basic, it's bare bones. This is a 3:9 by 40. Here's the kicker. This is $109, and with that you actually get a set of 1-inch rings that comes with it. So for that price, you can afford to buy maybe a half a dozen and put them on all your rifles. I also really like the DNA of this riflescope. I actually owned the first generation of the Banner riflescope when it came out back in the day, and it served me great. It was actually on my very first bolt-action rifle. Bushnell retired it. They have now brought it back to really occupy a spot in the optics line and in the industry that's vacant right now, and that is an entry-level scope that has a lot of capabilities for even sophisticated shooters. Inside this, it's got a second focal plane reticle that Bushnell calls the DOA. It's got 4 holdover spots. It's fully illuminated, which is a nice attribute at this price point. It's got cap turrets. Bushnell has a mobile app that you can also configure to the specific holdover spots for your load or your caliber. So with all of that, it's got sort of all-around utility. As I mentioned, you can use it on a shotgun, You could put it on a muzzle loader, and it fits really the whole variety of centerfire and rimfire rifles. So at this price point, you might guess that there's some shortcomings, and there certainly are. The optics testers noticed that the quality of glass is a little disappointing. It's a little dark. There's some peripheral distortion at almost all the magnification levels. The turrets are pretty mushy. They're not as crisp or as positive as those you might see on a higher price scope. But really, those are pretty minor demerits for a scope that brings so much utility and really is the very definition of a great buy.